Hello and welcome. My name is Claudia Lewis. I'm here today to share with you a few successful tips on how to manage graduate nursing school. First, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about myself. And then I'm going to tell you how my regular day looks like. And then I will share with you my successful 13 tips on how I manage my hectic life. First of all, I am a mother of two beautiful children, boy, 6 years old, and a girl that is 11. My husband is also carrying a full-time job as well as helping me with various responsibilities around the house and the company. Currently, like I said to you, I am a PhD nursing student in University of Arizona, a teaching assistant in graduate nursing school, a chief executive officer and a president of international company that is nationwide, also a grassroots leader of Parkinson's Action Network and assistant state director of Pennsylvania. So my days were very busy and full of responsibilities, phone calls, taking kids to school from school, picking them up, taking them to practice as they both do several extracurricular activities. They play lacrosse, soccer, basketball. I could not do it without having a correct approach to my daily time. Now I'm going to share with you a little bit or tell you how my regular day look like. I say regular because every day is different and we roll with the punches in my family. So regularly I get up around 5 o'clock and I start my day with doing a little bit of meditation. That grounds me down and helps me keep a clear perspective on how my day is gonna look like. Then sometimes I take showers, sometimes I get ready breakfast for my family, wake up everybody, including my husband. Then I take my kids to school. Then after I come back home, I look at my calendar. I try to schedule my time accordingly. I look at my calendar on what needs to be done today and then what I need to accomplish during this week, and then I look at overall picture what's happening through the month and then a year or a semester. First of all, I mark on my little sheet on the daily to-do emails that I need to check, people that I need to respond to, and things that I need to accomplish. Usually when the semester starts, I take my syllabus and I take exactly the dates from the syllabus and plot them into my calendar. That takes priority over anything. I keep my eyes on the prize, and I will tell you that acronym probably several times, as this is something that I created to help you remembering the 13 tips to successful leading graduate school. So keep your eyes on the prize. I plot all the important dates and due dates for my classes. Those, again, take priority. After I look at my calendar, then I sit down in the front of my computer and start with the most important thing to the least important thing that needs to be accomplished during that day. I always also have a little bit of what I call a wiggle space. Wiggle space is, what if everything goes wrong? What if, for example, my son is sick and now I have to shift my priorities and stay at home and be with him? You always, always, always remember to have a little bit of wiggle time scheduled in your calendar. Try to not to leave things till the last minute, as it's going to be easier for you when you are progressing through your nursing school, graduate nursing school. So I sit at my computer and I start usually with checking my emails. I try to respond to more important emails that I receive, and the less important I leave for the end of my day if I do have extra time. After I have responded to the emails, I usually check my classrooms, which for you it will be probably different. But the main point is, it's almost like being in a nursing school or a bedside nurse. Not almost, it is. Because all you're doing is reassessing through the day of what you still need to accomplish, and you play accordingly. If there is emergency happen in the school or with the student or something like that, that takes priority. I also have a blocks scheduled during my day that I am doing just the schoolwork. For those particular blocks, my attention goes just to that particular time. Usually I try to schedule 2 to 3 hours a day for my school. And in a week, I also try to schedule extra 2 hours for just in case situations. Going through my day, I have done all my extra responsibilities. Now I'm sitting down and doing my schoolwork. I start with reading very carefully through the syllabus of what's expected of me. Then I usually look at the rubric if I have that in hand. Everything that I do starts from that rubric because that's how I'm going to be graded. If there is a heading, please show me the long-term and short-term goals for a particular question. I make sure that I have those headings in my paper. If there is a group activities that require me to meet with other members of school, I also plot that into my calendar so I don't forget or lose the track of those activities. Particularly group activities are very important because they are not only helping you to have a point of view of other students, but they also allowing you to network with other students, get to know each other, and have those friends when you have a question or when you need an advice. Prioritizing is very important. Looking ahead, scheduling the tasks that you need to schedule and important meetings with your friends and colleagues from school. It is essential. Again, plan for extra wiggle room for special and unforeseen circumstances. That is going to be very important. Now, after I have done my 3 hours of studying, I also make sure that I read required material because every single discussion board that you're supposed to write, it is supposed to be written in a scholarly discussion form, and that is super important for you to do your reading because you will have to refer to that reading and you will have to cite and you will have to have references on the end. So it's not just like a Facebook talk saying to somebody, hey, my day was blah, blah, blah. You can absolutely put your real work experiences or and examples or case studies. However, again, this is a graduate nursing school. It needs to be written in a scholarly way. Cite appropriate materials and reference on the end of your discussion board. After I have done my reading, then I apply the knowledge, either through the scholarly discussion board or Google Hangout with my classmates or in my work that I do as individual student, paper, exam, and other things. Then usually it's time to either take a break, hopefully eat some lunch, and maybe relax for a couple minutes. My way of relaxing is even doing Tai Chi or yoga exercises. It is very essential for you to make sure that you also take care of yourself in the midst of all craziness that is around you, because if you don't, you will not be successful in a nursing school. You have to have a balance within yourself to be able to manage hectic day-to-day responsibilities. Either you schedule them in your book, which I have done on the beginning. Now I got a little better with it, so it's just spontaneous that I get up and do it. But if you have issues or problems with that kind of stuff, please make sure you schedule a block for a little bit to get up from the computer and do something. The same thing applies to you if you work in a regular setting, if you work in a clinic, if you work in a hospital. When I was assistant director of nursing, I did make time for myself, 10 minutes walk, either around the unit or just outside, to get away from your computer, get away from hectic time, questions, and busyness of life, because you need to center yourself and calm your brain. If not, you will enter into chaos. Then I go back from the little break to the computer and try to finish the task that I have in my calendar. Usually around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, I go and get my kids, we come home. Hopefully by around 4:30 my husband gets home and we can together tackle the rest of the responsibilities. If I am behind my work, he usually kindly helps me out and takes the kids to practices or wherever they need to go during the day. If not, I can help. If I have a little bit of free time, I'll gladly go and help. Then we come back, have dinner. After dinner, kids goes to sleep. And then from around 8:30, 9 o'clock, if I'm lucky, if everybody is in bed on time, it's either a little bit of relaxation for me, or that usually is my wiggle time, which means if I couldn't finish something during the day, that is the time that I do finish it. Now when you know a little bit of my hectic day and how I manage things, I'm going to share with you a little acronym, like I said, eyes on the prize. So, E stands for eyes on the prize. Remember, you are doing the nursing school, the graduate nursing school, for a reason. Keep that in mind, okay? This is not an easy task, but it's possible, it's doable. People are doing it all over the world. So don't get discouraged and remember why you're doing it. Then why? Y stands for you. You can do it attitude. You can do it attitude is very important, because when you have those times that you feel upset, depressed, or everything is going down, you have to remember you can do it. Just take a step back, relax, reflect, and think about it. E. E stands for error. Allow yourself to make mistakes. You learn from them. You are in school. Nobody is perfect. So if the professor is correcting you or marking something wrong, do not take it personally. They are here to help you. So take that feedback and learn from it. O. O stands for organize. Like I said to you, organizing your days is very important. Organizing your schoolwork, very important. So organizing is probably one of the most important aspects of keep your eyes on the prize. N stands for networking. Being online student is very difficult. You sometimes feel like you are by yourself, like nobody is listening to you. You have to network with other students and keep in touch to feel like you are in that community. I would suggest two options. You can, by yourself with your other friends, create either a Facebook accounts that particularly you just meet and you discuss things on Facebook, or LinkedIn. It's professional nursing, it's professional networking, social media. That will also allow you to network amongst each other and other people. But networking is very important. T stands for time management. I cannot emphasize this more for you. Very crucial. If you do have issues with time management, please see our consulting or advising in university. They will sit down and help you and guide you through it. There's tons of resources online you can do, but you have to know how to manage your time. My friends ask me very frequently how I do it, and they always say, please don't tell me you have wonderful time management skills. I don't think I do. I think I learn every day on how to prioritize and organize myself and manage my time. So I wouldn't say I am perfect, but it is huge and very important aspects on surviving graduate nursing school. H stands for holistic approach. Why am I saying to you holistic approach? Because as I told you before, without having this overlook on your own health and taking care of yourself, you will not be able to manage. If you do not sleep enough and you're exhausted, you will not learn, and all this time is going to be wasted. If you do not know how to take care of your stress, and for example you want to meditate, or you want to take a yoga class, or you're not taking time to have 10 minutes a day for yourself, you will not be successful. It is essential that you use holistic approach for yourself on daily basis to be successful. E stands for executive board. Executive board, to me personally, is the most effective way of helping you. Executive board are people that are your close friends, that know you really well, and that they are able to bring you back to earth, sort of speak. And why I'm saying bring you back to earth, I have tendency sometimes of taking too many responsibilities, and I need my husband. He is on my executive board, and he sometimes helps me and grounds me down and tells me, listen, maybe you're taking too much upon yourself. Very frequently I don't like to listen, but I do reflect back on the things and feedback that I'm getting from my executive board, and it helps me because it keeps me responsible and it keeps me in check. I would choose wisely on the members of your executive board. I would pick at least 3 to 4 people, because let's just say one person is not there and you have a crisis, you still should have somebody else that you can refer to. My executive members, including not only my husband, they include my mother-in-law, my stepmother, and my friend that is in California. All those people are helping me. They have different responsibilities and different checks upon me. Some of them are through prayer, Reiki healing. Some of them are just for bringing me back to earth, like my husband. Some of them, like my mother-in-law, that it's a nurse, she's just listening and sometimes giving me hints. And my friend that is in California, she's my high school friend that we have known each other from a long, long time, and she just tells me how it is without making it look pretty. And sometimes I just have to hear that. So again, make sure that you have that executive board picked very wisely. It is going to help you. P starts for prioritizing. Prioritizing, it's part of life that we do pretty much very frequently. But particularly in graduate nursing school, prioritizing, it makes everything fall into place. Prioritizing, not always you will be able to prioritize accordingly, and again, you're going to learn from those mistakes. Sometimes you're going to think that this is taking priority over other things, and then maybe you reflect back and think, maybe I should do it a little bit differently. That's fine. Again, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your errors. Prioritize different next time. But this is going to help you as you learn through your career and nursing school to understand what's really more important than the other. When I study, prioritizing is also very important, because you have to know your deadlines and you have to know which class or assignment needs to be done first. So again, prioritizing will help you with doing that. Next, when you study, what I do is I read and synthesize, and that stands for a letter R in Keep Your Eyes on the Prize. Read and synthesize, to me especially, is very successful way of studying. As you can see, I have an accent. I'm originally born and raised in Poland. So I have to read and then write most of the time to comprehend and get the knowledge that I need. You need to know your own style of learning and your own way of how you the best comprehend things. But read and synthesize, I think majority of the time works for different learning styles. So R, read and synthesize. I stands for inquiring and asking questions. You are in graduate nursing school, and teachers are there to help you. Graduate nursing school is very independent and self-paced. You may feel sometimes like you're teaching yourself. However, that is not what's happening. Teachers are here to give you tools, and you, as being independent and progressive in your studies, it's up to you to pace yourself, prioritize, organize, and time manage. That is probably why sometimes we feel like afraid. We are afraid to ask questions. We feel like we are in graduate nursing level and somebody is going to think that your question is silly. And encourage, as a matter of fact. Questioning also helps you with brainstorming. Sometimes when you have a question, you can write to your teacher and then they will write you back and give you other ideas. So please do not feel like you cannot ask questions. Ask questions. They will lead you and guide you, and they will help you to successfully write and answer what you're looking for. Z stands for zero time. Zero time I created to help you plot in your calendar time limit, like almost a deadline that things needs to be done, to allow you to have a little extra time for review, allowed you for extra room to review and do a corrections to whatever you're doing. The zero time is, to me personally, very helpful, as I know that by that particular time in my calendar, I need to be done with researching, synthesizing, writing, whatever I need to do to complete my assignment. And then I can easily say, if something happens, I still have a little bit of time to finish, review, do corrections, and still submit papers on time and assignments. E stands for engage. Engage in study groups. Study groups are very important. You can use them as a brainstorming session. You can also use them as feedback for what you have written, and also analyzing and synthesizing learned materials. In the College of Nursing here, especially in our master program, you're going to be doing a lot of Google Hangouts. That is almost like a group class that allowing you to talk through the assignments you're going to have and discuss the options and present to each other the research-based materials that you're going to support your ideas of a group hangout. So again, let's just go over the 13 tips that I have for you. Eyes on the prize, you can do it attitude, errors are mistakes, errors are mistakes, learn from them, don't be afraid of making them, organize yourself, network, remember to successfully time manage, use a holistic approach to your days, utilize your executive board. When you study, prioritize, read and synthesize, inquire and ask questions. Remember about zero time tolerance, to have time to review your work, and engage in a study group. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. I hope it helped. Again, don't forget why you're doing this. Don't forget why you are in a graduate nursing school. You're all going to make changes in lives of other people. And I wish you all the best, and thank you for listening. Have a good day.